What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Falco, and today is episode 3 of whatever this series is called. We're gonna talk Falco's TED Talk, Falco's Talk. Can we get a name for this series, guys? Like, can someone give me a freaking name? What do we call this? What do we call this every Tuesday talking? Do we call this your therapy session or my therapy session? It's probably mine, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess this is the talking show where I rant about shit I want and I don't get what I ran about. I got something in my motherfucking eye. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, I try not to rant. I just try to talk about shit that pertains to the game and that I would think would be helpful. Today's topic of discussion. Today's point of discussion is tanks. Where are they? That's the point of discussion. Where the fuck are the tanks, guys? I can't find one. I can't level without tanks. I need tanks. You know what? I'm at a point, guys, where I'm like, Steven, just make the tanks OP as fuck. Just make them like, might as well just make them broken as hell. Like, make it like make basically fighters be like, I might as well be a tank. I'm tankier and I'm stronger. I would rather tanks be broken and be able to find them consistently than for them to be like balanced and not be able to find them. Am I wrong to say that? Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take, guys? It might be a hot take. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. I don't. I'm spitting. I'm shedding. I'm spitting. I'm shitting. I gotta take a shit. But let's see. I did have a talking point. Sometimes I just be in my bed just talking to myself, and I like, it's kind of creepy, right? But like, I just be laying down and I just be writing shit down because like I be raging inside. But this is a rage I had a few days ago, and I was like, I think devs need to talk to people who play other physical classes and ask them what would make them play the tank, because most people who already main tanks already got some weird complex about them anyway. They'll play it even if that shit's subpar, which has been true to some extent at this point. Like, obviously, even the tanks who have their tank complex still even aren't playing it now because they don't enjoy it that much. So that means you got a real shit burger on your hand right now, Intrepid. But yeah, I would definitely just start talking to all the physical classes, your rogues, your freaking fighters. Like, what would make these niggas actually try to tank? Because I don't think any of the people who've probably played these other physical classes probably haven't even tried. This is obviously speculation, but I highly doubt most people who play physical classes that aren't tanks have tried to tank, because they're like, why would I do that? What am I, a professional sponge? Like, you feel me? Am I? I don't know. I'm feeling playful today, guys. I don't know. What do you think? By the way, if you made it this far, which isn't far at all, type down sponge down below if you made it 3 minutes in. I hope you made it 3 minutes in, because if not, then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But type sponge. But also this one's kind of shaky. I must have been drunk or something when I wrote this. I'm kidding, I don't drink. But this was kind of shaky. I don't know how I feel about this one. Now that I say it, now that I read it again back, sometimes my shit misses. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I miss sometimes. I swing and a miss, but I say here, I'm gonna just say it because I wrote it down, so I have to say it, right? I feel like they have to make the tank require some type of skill gap, whether it be reaction time to specific attacks from mobs by parrying, or by properly timed moves that act as some type of parry mechanic, and also increase the damage of tanks when properly timed instead of just rewarding tanks for hitting buttons at any time. Like, I feel like I don't mind if a tank is broken, if they're broken because they play their class extremely well and like you feel me? Like, if there's like a margin of error that if they don't, then they fuck up and they take extra damage or something like that. But if they do hit shit properly, they do more damage and they take less damage or something like that. Like, I'm all right with that. There's a way to make like classes broken because of skill gap and not just because they are who they are. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Kinda. I don't know if I stick with that, but I kind of stick with it 'Cause I think I'm a proponent of skill gaps increasing depending on how good you are at playing your class. Should be should make or break how effective you are in PvE or PvP. Because I mean, that's how it is in most games. I mean, that's probably why I play RuneScape so much, because the people who are the best at it do the most damage and they get the best shit, and they look the best, and they, you know, like, there's a running meme on RuneScape, like with a specific cape or two capes. They have Fire Cape, which came out in like 2007, and then they have the Inferno Cape that came out in like 2013, 2016, around there. And people, like, when you max your account, which takes probably like over 3,000-4,000, probably a shit ton of hours for an average person, for your average like newbie, or not newbie but average person, probably 4,000 hours. You can equip a fire or an Infernal Cape or a Fire Cape to your max cape, but people could tell how serious you are about the game if you equip your max cape with a Fire Cape, and if you equip your max cape with an Infernal Cape, which is the one above it that came out in 2013, because that one's a lot more difficult to get. Like, it's so difficult to get in that game for some people who are like average at RuneScape, that some people actually purchase services for people to buy, to get the cape for them on their account. Some of those servers are shady and they may keep your account, obviously, but it's against the rules to do that. People go against the rules because they don't want to get good at the game to get the cape. That's how people go. People will pay $100 for someone to go on their account and complete that challenge, which is crazy to me, because, like, isn't that the point of MMOs? Like, I remember back in the day, like we always talk about on this MMO, that the point of an MMO is for you to complete it, you know, like for you to say you did it and when it's on your account. Like, I feel like it's so cheesy and so sleazy when you're like, oh, I'm gonna just spend $100 for someone else to do it and I'm gonna flaunt their achievement. You didn't achieve that. You achieved $100, but like, that's pay to win. That's literally the epitome of pay to win right there. You won the bragging rights by paying someone. So I'm like, going back to my point, I feel like we need to have, we don't have that yet in Ashes. We don't have the skill gap. We don't have any type of skill gap, in my opinion, yet. Like a real skill gap, whether it be achievements killing stuff in the game, or whether it be PvP related. Like, you know, the great PvPers in RuneScape, the Oda Blocks, which is a content creator, and you know the average ones. You know the average, the great PvEers, and you know the average ones. But obviously RuneScape's been out for 20 years. This game obviously will have that at some point. But I feel like they should, when they're creating these archetypes, even though they say they don't balance them for 1v1 or even probably small scale 3v3, they should think about balancing it for smaller scale, because most people like smaller scale, especially if they're gonna make like arenas. I'm assuming they're gonna make arenas for like 3v3s, probably 8v8s, 4v4s, or I don't know. I like 3v3. 3v3 sounds optimal. 2v2s even. Like, I feel like they should understand that. Think about the smaller scale, because most people like this. There's cool things for big scale, obviously, which is, you know, your node sieges, your node wars, your castle sieges and stuff like that. But then there's other people who just want to get on with a few homies and dump it on people and just dump it. That's just me. That's what I think. That's my point. That's my take. I like both. I like the option to do both. But like I said, this game isn't for everyone. Not everyone's gonna get all the options that they want in the game. So I understand that. But I'm just throwing that out there. I'm throwing my little hat into the ring, you know, my proverbial hat. But let's keep going, because I think I'm cooking right now. I feel like I'm cooking, but maybe you guys don't. Here's another word. Fuck. Coaster. Like coaster, like, oh, I put my drink on a coaster. This is a coaster with a girl on it. Anime girl. Noelle. Black Clover. You probably don't know her, but it's an anime. Yeah. Coaster. 9 minutes. 9.5 minutes. But keep going. Keep it going. Here's another question for you guys, and I'm gonna answer it. But I love this question. This came to me in a premonition. I said, wow, remarkable. But what would make you double down on an archetype for a class? And when I say this, as you guys know, one archetype, you pick that, obviously, when you make a character. You get to pick a secondary archetype at 25, which makes your class. What would make you go ranger, ranger, mage, mage, tank, tank, what would make you, like, in all essence, pick two of the same archetypes? Because it seems like if you mix, you have a lot more, depending on what you get. Like if you get, let's say I'm an archer, I got focus, and let's say I pick freaking a rogue as my secondary. Do I also get advantage since that's my secondary? Do I also get their main ability? I don't know. We don't know anything about how that augment system is gonna work. I think that would be cool if you can mix match that. Like let's say I'm a focus, like I'm a ranger, and then I get to pick a mage. Maybe I get their elemental empowerment with my with my focus, or maybe it creates a new freaking ability or a new like resource. I don't know. You know, I think that's cool. I think that's, but I know that I don't expect that. I don't expect that. I think if we expect that, we're gonna be disappointed. So I wouldn't expect that. I just have ideas, and I just don't know how hard they are, how easy they're to do. But for me personally, I would need, to double down on 2 archetypes, I would need additional skills. Like if I'm gonna go ranger, I'm gonna need additional skills that at least, or I'm gonna need my skills to be expanded on heavily. Like I'm gonna need snipe instead of to be able to hit someone, was it 30 meters? I'm gonna need it to be double. For my fucking rain to death, I'm gonna need my rain to death to really be raining death. Like not 2 arrows, no, not 2 arrows hitting a mob. Like when you rain death, only 2 arrows hit like each mob. I'm gonna need to hit like 5 arrows, 5, 6 arrows to be hitting each mob for me to double down on ranger, you know? For what's called rapid, or for scatter shot, I'm gonna need my scatter shots to be able to use 4 charges or 3 charges or something like that. Or I'm gonna need them to hit more. I'm gonna need to have more. What else? What else is something else I could think of off the top of my head down yonder? I'm gonna need. This is also just for the archer. I'm going to need my barrage, maybe an extra shot of barrage. That'd be great. An extra, you know, I'm gonna just need a little bit more. Oh, also maybe my power shot. I'm gonna need the damage to go up, or the scalability to go up. I'm gonna need a lot. And that's how I feel, at least regarding like an archer. I'm gonna need more skills and substantially increased damage for my current skills, or highly advanced current skills, like much more advanced current skills. I don't know. I would love to hear that. Like that's something that people would love to hear. I feel like I'm not the only one, because we don't know anything about the augment system. It's been quiet. Don't talk about augments. They may disappoint people. Don't talk about it. We don't want to disappoint. But yeah, that. What? This is another question. What would the class need to warrant that? I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm not gonna even lie, guys. I'm not gonna even fucking lie. What would the class want? I don't know. Okay, let's just go to the next one. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. I must have brain farted. When do you expect the first look at the augment? Since at this point in time, we do not have the summoner, and the summoner's probably not gonna get here for another 4 or 5 months. I probably wouldn't expect augments until December. I'm so pessimistic. It's redonkulous right now. I just don't, because we still don't have a lot of shit in phase 2, and I'm not gonna even get into that, because I'm gonna just start crying and shitting all over the place, literally and figuratively. But I'm not even gonna get into that. But I feel like we're further behind the stuff that we didn't have in phase 1, or phase yeah, like in phase 1, when we went to phase 2, we had a pretty good substantial amount of stuff from phase 1. In phase 2 going to phase 3, we have a month left. We still have like 24 days until phase 3. 24 days, at least from when I filmed this on April 6th. I feel like we don't have a lot of stuff that is on this list. But like I said, 24 days is a long time, and they said they're about to have a lot of patches soon. So I'm probably gonna eat my words, but as of this point in time, they don't have it. That's all I can speak on as a present. Let's see. We might do a deep dive into the Ranger discussion next week because I wanted to do that this week, but I felt like we're kind of cooking right now. We're kind of having a good discussion. At least I feel like I am. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Is this entertaining? I don't know. It feels weird talking to myself, but you guys seem to enjoy the previous one, so I said, "Fuck it, dude. Fuck it, dude." Like I'll keep doing it, man. But yeah, I mean, we'll do the Ranger discussion next one. We'll just do like the little ins and outs that I had. Oh, I like this one. Journeyman enchant scrolls need to be made more accessible so people go to level 20 gear. Also, yeah, I mean, for that reason, I'm assuming they're going to do that once they change the time to kill, because time to kill is kind of trash right now. And if they made Journeyman scrolls more accessible right now, it would be extremely busted. Because there's a lot of level 20 gear that's really good, and it would be even extremely good. It would be even better if you can not easily, but more accessibly get Journeyman enchant scrolls. Because right now, Journeyman enchant scrolls, I guess what you would say are hard to get. They're boring to get, I would say. Boring. They're expensive as fuck. And they're just not something that like people can get. Like I just don't feel like it's something that people can get. I'm not saying I should be able to buy them from the freaking vendor, but like I don't know, they're not in a good spot in my opinion. They're just not in a good spot, and I just feel like they need to find a way to make them more accessible, make people be able to make them, and reduce the price a little bit. Cause give me a break. Like you use a scroll, it might not even work. Like and you like I thought the cash sync was your failure, not being able to make it. So the cash sync is also being able to make it and the failure. Like they're double dipping, man. We can't double dip like that. Like fine, like if you really want it to be that difficult, just make the cost of freaking enchanting shit more expensive. Like it feels so bad not being able to get the scrolls. Like that feels so horrendous. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, you can get them, just do a billion freaking town board quests and freaking buy them. No, 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 no. And that's why no one's playing this game right now. Sorry. But like I said, the last update, as you guys probably are seeing on the screen, this is the last stream that they had. It was good. Like visually it was good. Content wise, not so much. But they did a lot. Like I said, I can't even complain. They added the tropics. They added these boats that are expensive as fuck. They're more expensive. They reduced the price a little bit. They're still expensive. But I get why they are, because they have a lot of HP and they are supposed to carry a lot of shit. But I'm like, come on, bud. Like people already hate the leveling on this game. Like you're not gonna get people to level and then also get 20 gold to get a ship that's gonna get destroyed by Overlord or Envious or something like that. And then they quit. I don't know. Kinda shaky. I don't know. I just feel like if they really wanted people to test it, just have people test it and then just make the cargo, like reduce the cargo that you let people put cargo in, but like reduce it in price and let people know, hey, we're gonna reduce it in price. We want people to test this, but we also don't want people to fucking not quit. But I guess Steven did kind of say, or not kind of, he did say he also wants to test the pricing, but he obviously didn't want to test the pricing enough because he dropped the price like in half, because he knew that people weren't buying the shit. But maybe that was the test right there. Ooh, maybe that was a test. He was like, fuck, no one's buying this shit, drop the price. But that's just my take. That's my take. Like I said, I'm don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what is visually what I see from a player. That player that hasn't been playing that much recently, honestly, because there's just right now we're in a very eerie period, guys. Like it's a lull period, like I said, because we have like 24 days until what's called May 1st, which May 1st is supposed to be Alpha 3, or not Alpha 3, Alpha 2 Phase 3. So we're in a very interesting period. I'm not sure if people are gonna come back. There's a lot of there's like 3 updates happening. There's like one on like the middle of April, the end of April, and then one on like May 8th or something like that. They're supposed to be good like heavily like be good for, I guess you would call it, gathering and artisanship. I'm not sure how good that's gonna be for the content, but I'm excited. So part of me wants to just be like, you know what? Let me take a break and then come back in December and see how good this shit is, and then give my take from like how it is. But at the same time, like, I'm a content creator and I do want to, you know, be on this ride with you guys, and I know a lot of you guys want to know what's going on each week. But I don't know. And then my last thing was tanks are in crazy short supply. I'd rather them, and then I already talked about that one. How I'd rather them make them broken because no one wants to play them. It's like there's more. I found more healers and bards than I found tanks, because tanks are just so unfun. Yeah. Oh no. Make tanks great again. That's all I have to say. This was 20 minutes. I can't believe I talked that long. If you guys enjoyed this and you guys want to see me ramble and hate and rage, and I'm trying not to. I try my best. Like I said, let me end this on a good note, because I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna be like, this nigga just be ranting and don't give a fuck and thinks this game shit. And I think this game has insane potential, and I think it's great. I think it's going to be great. Right now, it is not great. It should not be great. It's in an alpha. We shouldn't even be seeing this shit, honestly. It is what it is. But at this point in time, this is all I got, and like all I got in the sense of ashes, you know. They did a good job with expanding the world. The world has been expanded, hasn't been developed in the sense of like quests and like story arcs and everything that we thought we were gonna have in phase 2 so far. No story arcs. The quests suck still. Yeah, the leveling, I personally don't care about like leveling, like grinding mobs, but a lot of people don't like grinding mobs. So someone's gonna need to make a pivot if that was what they expected people to do, is to grind mobs all the way to level 50, because a lot of people aren't gonna do it. It doesn't seem like right now. But yeah, like I said, the world looks great right now. We already know this world. They're selling in the Riverlands. This isn't even the tropics. But the tropics look better now because they did some patches. I haven't went to the points of interest because I know they're gonna be underdeveloped, like they were in the desert. So I didn't even try them. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I'm a man. I'm an honorable man. After I saw how underdeveloped the new points of interest when they finished like the landscaping, I would call it landscaping, of the desert was, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna try this freaking water wasteland, literally. There's nothing there except for some mobs that they threw in around or sporadically. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feeling. Like I said, insane potential right now. Potential is not there. It's an alpha. Until they say it's not an alpha, I can't say anything else, I guess, right? I can criticize, but it's on deaf ears, right? Because it's an alpha. If it's not, when it's not an alpha, then what I could say, I guess, holds credence. Well, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment down below, subscribe. If you hated it, dislike the shit out of it, please. Hit the thumbs that shit down and tell me I'm shit in the comment section. But other than that, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Don't wanna say